No more bare bones partner visa applications. Now, I did a blog article last year about valid visa applications and what that meant. Now, a valid application means an application which covered the very basics, such as having been made in the right place, on the right application form, with the fee paid. It did not then or now mean the application would be granted, for the simple fact that they hadn't examined the application in detail to see if it was an application that met all the criteria for the grant of a visa. Now, this takes time and sometimes needs background checks of documents and facts. It takes time. The point of that article was for those who had lodged poor applications not to be lulled into a false sense of security when told that the application is valid, especially when a bridging visa is granted and the visa applicant settles into a comfy life in Australia. Now, we have long warned visa applicants not to assume that they can slap together a last-minute partner visa application inside Australia towards the end of a tourist visa stay and assume this is all going to be sufficient. No doubt plenty did some fairly rough and nasty bare-bones applications, possibly with handwritten forms and boxes filled in from memory and a general sense of entitlement. We're Aussies after all, and these people work for us, right? Well, they work for the government and they don't necessarily see it that way. Basically, it comes across that they are tired of what is essentially people abusing the system with partner visa applications. In fairness, they have to process these applications, and each visa application has to be assessed according to the regulations set down in law. And it's a bit hard for them to do this if they pick it up and there's no actual evidence to back up, or little to no actual evidence, I should say, to back up that you do in fact have a genuine relationship and plus all the other things that they do need to confirm as part of the application. Now, down under visa, I think you all know that we tell people very bluntly and matter-of-factly not to try to do this. We warn applicants, inquirers, etc., sometimes every single day. Now, some people listen and others don't. And perhaps there are a few less cautious migration agents out there who encourage this sort of reckless approach. Well, it's certainly never been us, and the latest development has proved us and our methods correct. Now, what has changed with onshore partner visa application processing? Now, I was practicing my broadest Aussie tonight with one of my nieces, so I'll continue. I'm still thinking in that manner. Basically, the department has had a gutful of what they're calling naked applications. That is, the bare bones applications with the barest minimum, no doubt where they end up sending email after email requesting missing visa requirements. Must be like pulling teeth, hen's teeth in some cases. So they put their foot down well and truly. So, no more naked applications with onshore partner visas and other family visas, like child visas. Fully loaded is what they want, and that's the term they've used. And what they and we have always called decision-ready applications, so that they may pick that application up, tick all the boxes in one go, and where it's in fact ready for them to make a decision in one sitting. No need to list all the missing bits and send out what they call RFIs, which are requests for information with 28-day deadlines. No, those days are over. Naked applications will not receive RFI requests anymore. They will be met with blanket refusals. Instead of getting that nice and endless bridging visa stay, could be a refusal at the end of the week and a minimum time to tell your Filipino wife to pack her things and be on the plane to Manila. Stuff of nightmares, right? Well, that was their announcement this week, and it's predicted that this same approach will make its way across the other subclasses and will be the standard for all Australian visa applications. Not clear if this will apply to offshore partner and family visas too at this stage, but the writing is very clearly on the wall. Now, preparing your own visa application, which has always been an option. Now, I think many have relied on, again, a sense of entitlement when preparing their own visa applications. The department has, well, they've asked for this because, unlike the judge who will tell you quite, if you say, no, I'm going to be my own lawyer, I'm going to represent myself, and the judge will tell you quite bluntly that a person who plays lawyer and represents himself in court has a fool for a client. The department unfortunately don't push the general public hard enough to get professional help. Maybe things will change now. Now, it's one thing to do a walkthrough with someone guiding you. You fill out the form and submit. Wait for them to tell you what's next. They tell you, you send it, it's wrong, and they tell you what's wrong with it. I'm sure that many have got through partner visa applications very slowly and relying on being guided by request for information letters. And confession here, our own prospective marriage visa application many years ago, this is before I knew what I was doing, was very much the same. But this was back in the day when there were higher numbers of patient and approachable staff, and the standards were a whole lot easier. Now, with the new rules, we wouldn't have had a hope, and neither will anybody else. So I think the solution is fairly obvious when you know you won't be getting endless chances to get it right. Use a professional who's done literally thousands of partner visas for Australian men and their lovely ladies from the Philippines. Someone who knows what they're doing, lives and works in the Philippines, and has an exceptional success rate. The success rates of doing it yourself with some visa cowboy is way too high as it is, and this won't make it any easier. Now, this combined with the tougher stance that on wrong information and omissions that they're taking, get professional help from Down Under Visa. Thank you. This video was brought to you by Down Under Visa, who specialise in visas for Australian Filipino couples. Please visit our website and complete a free visa assessment form. And please watch some of our other videos. Thank you.